Demon Slayer is a series that is no stranger to setting new standards for the industry. From episode 19 breaking the internet, Mugen Train's success being so abundant that it became the highest earning movie ever in Japan, instantly dethroning classics such as Spirited Away, and even more impressive is the manga's sales, with over 220 million copies in circulation as of July 2025. For comparison, the most dethroned manga in existence, Berserk, has sold 70 million copies, and has been around for 26 years longer. Whether or not Demon Slayer is worthy of such success is a video entirely of itself. Is it lacking in narrative terms? Is it lacking in character? Debatable. Is Zenitsu the most annoying, tropey, bastardized character in anime? Yeah, until he's not. But the undeniable truth is that the series has been so insanely successful, it is shaping the future of anime as we know it. And at the time of writing this video, we can already see the impact Mugen Train, but now even more importantly, the first film in the Infinity Castle trilogy, is having on the medium. Chainsaw Man is having its own cinematic release with the Reese arc in October, shortly followed up by Jujutsu Kaisen in December. Cinematic releases are a much safer choice for anime publishers, as it generates an instant source of income, and once out of cinemas can go back to streaming and make money off of licensing like nothing ever happened. It's a pretty obvious choice for the studios, with the only caveat being that we, the audience, subconsciously expect better overall quality, especially animation when it comes to the big screen. This mindset has been solidified after the recent release of Demon Slayer Infinity Castle Part 1. This film has absolutely shattered records, of which, by the way, were set by Demon Slayer itself with Mugen Train, eclipsing Mugen Train's $500 million box office, which is already mental on its own, with $550 million as of now. Not only is this an extremely impressive accomplishment, but it's also a testament to how easy of a story Demon Slayer is to get into, for children and adults alike. Heck, when I went to see the film on opening weekend, there were elderly people without grandchildren. The age range for this film is something I genuinely have never seen before, and it honestly baffles me, but it's this ease of access and range of audience that is going to leave it with the top 4 places in terms of revenue once the Infinity Castle trilogy is complete. Now, I'm going to come clean here. I don't think Mugen Train deserves the success it reigned in. It's an amazing film, don't get me wrong. The music is beautiful, the animation is mind-blowing, and the story is relatively entertaining. But overall, it did leave me partly uninterested. I feel as if the films it so shamelessly destroyed in the box office were more impactful and overall satisfying of a watch. Suzume, Spirited Away, Your Name. I can't reasonably put Mugen Train above these jaw-dropping standalone films. But the recent Infinity Castle film is a completely different case. It is unbelievably impressive on all fronts, starting with the animation. After watching the movie, I was on a bit of a hype train and decided to rewatch the Entertainment District arc. An arc with some brilliantly choreographed fights, and honestly, I was disappointed. Now, don't get me wrong, it is not bad in any way of the sense. It's just that the new film is impressive on another scale. It's more fluid, more impactful, most likely thanks to the 4DX making me feel like I was being hit by Akaza myself. And overall has a marginal improvement on all fronts. Camera angles are a joy to watch, the detail in some shots is so good that it genuinely took me out of the movie, as I dread how many animators were slaved away for this film. The CGI is better, the music is to die for, everything is memorable and set at an incredibly high bar. I came out of the cinema and my first thought was, that deserves a $500 million profit. Not some monster of the week Marvel film with shitty CGI. But instead a truly remarkable work of art setting standards for anime as a medium. But is that a good thing? Anime has always used the season by season format, either with weekly episode releases or the insanely inferior batch releases, commonly known for ruining the hype of Stone Ocean. I would say both of these formats are better for the fanbase around said series. Let's say one season is 12 episodes. That's 12 weeks of content for fans to theorize, fight, and get hyped over. Meanwhile, if anime begins to lean more into cinematic releases, fans get an instant burst of exciting content, but the talk around the film might not last as long. The next Demon Slayer film comes out in 2 years. That is a long time to wait considering we got all of our content in one day, one film, whereas anime seasons stretch that time out, so we get shorter release windows for some series. Dandadan is a prime example of this, with the first season airing in October of 2024 and the second season airing in July of 2025. That's only a 9-month wait, and considering the quality of Dandadan, I believe this format is superior in every way when done right. Would you rather have a large chunk of content once every 2 years, or a slow drip feed of episodes with a marginally shorter release window? Regardless of whether or not you prefer the film format, I'm pretty confident saying anime is heading into this direction. Anime is a medium that has always relied on its merchandise to fund itself, but with the cinematic releases, especially in Demon Slayer's case, they instantly make 10 times the money they put into the film in revenue. And by the way, if you think me saying 10 times was ridiculous, then you're right. Because this film actually made a 27 times profit with a budget of $20 million and a revenue of $555 million as of now. Demon Slayer is a very special case though. The series has managed to capture audiences of all ages from all around the world. With each release, it shatters multiple box office records that it set itself years prior. Not all anime films are going to make this much. Probably not even close. Chainsaw Man comes out next month and I believe it will sit comfortably at around 200 million. 170 if I'm playing it safe. Children are powerful, and if your series is available to them, you have a much larger audience potential, obviously. And this brings forward the worst case scenario for anime, where studios start targeting children as a demographic and we start getting the Star Wars treatment for our beloved series. Who knows, maybe a few years down the line we'll have a new Berserk adaptation in cinemas, with Guts voiced by Keanu Reeves, a 13+ rating, and a $200 million budget.
What the fuck?
Stay safe, take care, and I will see you next time.